So not really that surprising, given that we're afraid that we might fall into a recession and we're going to see that demand destruction.
Yeah, demand is the key concern, and that's why we had West Texas Intermediate oil down about 4% in the latest session, and Brent crude down as much as 6%. Oil really has been under pressure. This is the second time we've seen oil fall sharply in less than a week. And we're also seeing fewer major investors trading oil. You've got to remember the price of trading got a lot more expensive after Russia's invasion of Ukraine caused liquidity crisis. And in the Wednesday U.S. session, we did have Fed Chair Jay Powell testifying before Congress, doing little to dampen fears of recession. And so prices of oil and were down. Gold held gains in the U.S. session, although it's giving back some of those gains at this hour. Notably, copper tumbled to its lowest since March 2021. And these are, again, concerns about demand. Also, China adding to this, the rolling Chinese lockdowns, slowing demand over there, as well as the slowing global housing markets have really weakened sentiments, investors and analysts say. Drop into the Bloomberg one more time, and you'll see a pattern with oil that the spikes we've seen in oil, and you have to remember it was just 2 weeks ago, oil was at 120. These spikes often precede recessions, and you've got Citigroup's Ed Moore saying that you can expect oil to go lower from here and to be a lot more choppy from here. The path ahead, he says, will be bumpy.
Iron ore, in the meantime, extending that route.
Yeah, China's pro-growth policies have done little to sort of tamp down the concern that the market is much more fearful now than it was before, that there's going to be a glut of steel amid all this slowing demand. Futures in Singapore have lost about a quarter of their value over the last 2 weeks, and this is as the Chinese economy struggles to emerge from the lockdowns. Weak demand is also impacting a lot of these steel companies. At least 18 blast furnaces have been idled as companies put them in a maintenance, and that's triple the rate we saw just from 6 days ago. By the way, molten iron output falling by the most, more than 54,000 tons a day. Analysts say prices have much further to fall here, and there's somewhat of a bit of irony because China has seen a lot of improvement on the COVID front. The number of cases has really fallen in the last few weeks. However, this is a concern that traders are now really focused on, the crimp in demand that currently exists.